These people do things at their own convenience, and it's really sad. We know that a few days ago, Zoca had went public. She also knew that Soular was going on the channel holders page to basically expose what happened that day in question with Baby Love. He did not do that, but he did go onto the platform and put on a performance. A couple hours before going on to that platform, Zoca did a live, and she also announced that Natureboy is in serious financial distress, and he also needs $15,000 for legal counsel because the other attorney that he had was horrible. But it just seems like when these people want something from the community, they, in divine timing, as they would call it, they come and act as though they're teaching us the knowledge, and we're supposed to just open up our wallets and our pocketbooks and give them some of our Babylon money. Now, if they know that this man needs this kind of money, they need to get jobs. They need to work the same places that they told us not to work. And honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if Natureboy makes them get jobs, humbling themselves to get that $15,000.
You can't stop the three. You can't stop the three. You can't stop the three. You ain't stopping me.
Because that's probably the only way, and that's what the deadline that they're going to even meet a portion of that quota. Where are all these big supporters, these rich people at that can put up houses and properties or can just simply give him $15,000? Where's Netflix? These places that he allegedly said that he's involved with to help him with those legal fees. Is this another money grab? And does in fact Natureboy have $60,000 still saved away, and they're living off a True's military check just for an emergency? We know that these people have scammed us numerous times in the past. Natureboy, there's nothing he can do at this point in my eyes that's going to put wool over my eyes. I know that he has sent for Zoca in particular to spread these downloads because
if you couldn't stand the light and the frequency of truth, you had to go and be amongst the ones that lie and hide from themselves and aren't vulnerable, don't be honest, don't be true about their hurt feelings of their traumas as a child, walk around like a victim, like somebody owe you something. Don't nobody owe you nothing.
He also wants to trigger Soular from a distance because he is not able to do it. And we all know that Soular and Zoca were in a turbulent relationship, and Zoca went back to Natureboy numerous times, and there's allegations floating around coming from the baby's father's mouth, Soular, that their community lied about what happened to Baby Love. And there's probably things that Zoca also knows, which probably is insinuating that Soular is not as innocent as he makes himself out to be. And I think that just her presence is going to kind of sort of keep him in check, because I'm quite sure, you know how she can go on her rants, she can open her mouth and start talking, and then people will start probably giving Soular the...
But let's go into it. Everyone that came into Eligio Bishop's life were attracted because of the knowledge and the lifestyle. But they didn't understand what following the Christ was really like.
Side eye. There's a spiritual war going on right now as we speak, guys. And these people are fighting amongst each other. These are the same people that were from a holistic lifestyle, a peaceful atmosphere, allegedly, right? From the conscious community. And now they're back in full effect. Of course, not Malia, the chiefess, but of course, Zoca having to fill in because she has to put on any kind of performance to get this money up. And it's really scary, but please pay attention. If there was no possible way for them to get this 15,000 on social media, Zoca would not be on here doing or saying what she's saying. There are possibilities to the highest captivity that when they do these messages, there are people that do reach out and give large sums of money to help Natureboy out from time to time when he's in these kind of jams. So there is a method, trust and believe. Let's not get caught sleeping because we know what we wouldn't do. What we wouldn't do has nothing to do with what somebody else would do. Always keep that in mind. What we wouldn't do, that has nothing to do with what somebody else would do. I don't think that Natureboy, and he has not, since I've been commentating on him, has wasted any of his time trying to do something for no reason. Every time he does something, there's a method to the madness. And this is why at their leisure, at their convenience, when Natureboy sends for these girls to do these downloads, that's because they need to get up some money. It's a pattern of behavior also with the ex-carbonation members. They're duplicating the same process, trying to get the same results, not knowing you physically and you are not Natureboy, but you are one of his disciples. Your mind is still programmed to think and to hustle the way he hustles. But I'm wondering if we're going to have to worry about maybe Zoca snapping and telling us what happened to Baby Love in a roundabout way, of course. We know that they never directly tell you.
Man, that was a teacher. His name was Eligio Bishop, Natureboy. You know him. They think, oh yeah, I'm gonna follow him. I'm gonna go with him because he's talking all this knowledge. I agree with it. I don't really like this system. I don't want to work. I don't want to get a job. Get a job. I don't want to get a job. So I'm gonna come on over here and I'm gonna attach myself to you because you look powerful. You look like you're doing something great with your life, and I'm gonna just come on over there.
What they're trying to tell you. They tell you in a way where it's, it's understood what she's saying, but in the court of law is not what you know is what you can prove, right? So it probably wouldn't even hold up in the court of law, either one of their stories, Soular or Zoca's story, I was going to say Neytiri, Zoca's story, because they beat around the bush. They go around things. We very much so know that there's something that has happened. That's why True was so stressed out as well. And he's trying to hold things together. He's trying to be in the bushes as much as possible, seeing what's being said so he can do the damage control. Now I feel as though Zoca is set in place to do damage control as well, because maybe, just maybe, Natureboy feels like Zoca can diffuse all of this alongside we get those coins up for his attorney, because maybe perhaps Soular, because of being placed together, or Zoca allegedly being sent there when she was living in California, she was given the opportunity to be with Soular because they're saying she was attracted to him first. Maybe Soular, low-key, has feelings stronger than what he has for Neytiri, for Zoca, and Natureboy knows it, and so does Zoca. And they're trying to use that from a distance to deter, Soular, to manipulate his mind, because Natureboy knows, being the one that made their minds the way that they are, that Soular is in a weak position, and that he's probably not convinced that he's healed, and that he probably feels as though if I put Zoca in place, set it off in that type of way, a lot of things will cease and desist, and we can let people get out of the way, and we can get this bag so daddy can come home. This is probably how Natureboy's thinking. There's always, again, a method to his madness. And he probably knows if he sets Zoca in a position, people are going to listen. They're not probably going to listen to the message. They're going to listen to how crazy she sounds and how different she looks. And that's what Nature Boy is not getting. This is probably one of the main reasons that you're not going to, going forth, get the financial support that you used to get, because of how these women are looking and sounding. And the public is outraged about it. And a lot of people that were supporting you are putting their foot down and they're saying no more. These girls, I think that they're brainwashed, yes. I think that they're reprogrammed, but I also think that they don't, in their own mind, have a plan B. And I also think that it's not even about being in love with Nature Boy or being infatuated with Nature Boy. I think that they don't have no drive. That drive has been beaten out of them. And so they feel as though this is all they have left. And this is why they stay in this turbulent relationship from a distance and obey what Nature Boy says from a distance to try to get their three God, aka Nature Boy, out. Not knowing that people will tell you who they are all the time and you need to believe it. And they're not believing it. They want to stay in this world that's just make believe and only temporary, because we don't know if Nature Boy is going to get out at all. I really believe he's going to do, even on the lesser case scenario, sometime. The worst case scenario, they might as well just pack up now, because he's not going to get out for a long time. And by that time, when he does get out, they probably will be gotten their mind together and family and married and some other stuff and forgotten all about Nature Boy.